All right, everyone, listen up. We're not going down without a fight. Synthara, keep them distracted as long as you can with the open channel.
As the tension mounts and the crew braces for the impending confrontation, Vortex swiftly gathers components from the cargo hold, his hands moving with practiced precision as he assembles a stun weapon. His focus is unbroken, his determination palpable as he works to create a weapon that could turn the tide in their favor. Gralkron, with a mix of frustration and resolve etched on his face, positions himself strategically, ready to confront the Bractilions head-on. His presence alone is enough to instill a sense of fear in those who dare to challenge him, his stature serving as a formidable barrier between the invaders and the rest of the crew. Synthara, her voice steady and unwavering, maintains the open channel with the Bractilion ship, buying crucial moments for the crew to finalize their plan of action. Her words are measured, her demeanor calm, as she navigates the delicate balance between negotiation and stall tactics. As the first Bractilions breach the ship, their footsteps echoing ominously through the corridors, GL1TCH remains hidden, his sensors alert and his circuits primed for action. His presence is a silent reassurance to the crew. With the stun weapon in hand, Vortex waits for the perfect moment to strike. As the Bractilions start to spread out, attempting to secure the ship, he lobs the weapon with precision, temporarily incapacitating a group of them as they walk into the cargo hold before he disappears into the vents. Mira and Sylara in another part of the ship get ready for the Bractilion intruders. Mira leans in closer to Sylara, her voice low but brimming with confidence.
All right, Sylara, here's the plan.
She whispers, her eyes gleaming with mischief.
We'll use our charm to distract those Bractilions long enough for me to make my move.
Mira, you have no charm. As beautiful as you are, you're just scary. Mira, I will do the charming and you can do your thing.
Right, that's what I meant.
Sylara nods, a mischievous smile playing at the corners of her lips.
I'm all ears, Mira. What's the play?
Mira replies with a sly grin spreading across her face.
Flatter them when they find us, make them feel like they're in control. But all the while, we'll be luring them into a false sense of security and then, bam.
Sylara's eyes light up with understanding.
So, we'll stroke their egos while setting them up for a fall. I like it.
With their plan in place, Mira and Sylara take their positions, ready to execute their deception with finesse. As the Bractilions approach, drawn in by the allure of the charismatic duo, the door closes behind them. Mira leads the conversation, her words honed and persuasive, while Sylara adds subtle nods of agreement and admiration, playing her part to perfection. The Bractilions, ensnared by the flattery and attention, let their guard down, oblivious to the trap that's been set. And in a swift, coordinated maneuver, Mira seizes the opportunity, her movements fluid and precise as she swiftly overpowers the unsuspecting Bractilions, leaving them stunned and defeated. With a victorious smirk, Mira turns to Sylara, a silent acknowledgement passing between them. Their plan executed flawlessly. Gralkron, fueled by a mix of intelligence and determination, confronts one of the Bractilions who dares to sit in his captain's chair. With a swift and unexpected maneuver, he subdues the intruder and his two Bractilions technicians, if you can call them that, and had them at gunpoint. In the midst of the chaotic struggle, Synthara, the ever-vigilant AI, detected a vital piece of information. As Gralkron held the Bractilion captain and his bumbling technicians hostage, Synthara identified a secondary group of Bractilions attempting to flank the crew. She swiftly relayed this intel to Glitch, whose metallic brow furrowed in concentration.
Glitch.
Synthara's voice echoed through the ship's intercom, a hint of urgency laced with her usual monotone.
We have a group of Bractilions attempting to bypass Gralkron's position. You are needed for immediate backup. However, an opportunity presents itself.
Glitch's optic eyes flickered, processing the information.
Elaborate, Synthara.
The secondary group appears to be relying on rudimentary thermal sensors for navigation. We can exploit this weakness. By manipulating the ship's internal temperature controls and creating a localized heat signature, we can lure the Bractilions into a designated area.
A mischievous glint sparked within Glitch's digital core.
Intriguing. Might you indulge me with the rest of this master plan of yours?
While they are preoccupied investigating the heat signature, you can activate your enhanced battle protocols within that zone. The surprise factor, combined with your capabilities, should provide enough of a tactical advantage.
The gears in Glitch's metaphorical mind whirred. He relished the prospect of unleashing his full potential. Following Synthara's instructions, Glitch rerouted power from the non-essential systems, directing it towards the environmental controls. Within a designated section of the ship, the temperature began to rise subtly, mimicking the faint thermal signature of life signs. Meanwhile, the unsuspecting Bractilion squad, their movements guided by their primitive sensors, detected the anomaly. Their guttural voices crackled through the intercom, confusion laced with their usual arrogance. Synthara voices over the intercom.
Unidentified heat signature detected in Section Beta 7.
As the Bractilions lumbered towards the designated area, drawn in by the fabricated heat source, Glitch readied himself. His internal systems hummed with newfound power, his combat protocols tingling with anticipation. The moment the Bractilion squad entered the designated zone, a wave of energy surged through Glitch. Enhanced sensors painted a detailed picture of the environment, highlighting every Bractilion in the vicinity. Activated servos whirred to life, propelling him with newfound agility. With a burst of speed, Glitch materialized amidst the bewildered Bractilions. Before they could react, his weaponry unleashed a torrent of energy blasts. The confined space amplified the destructive power, turning the Bractilions into smoldering heaps of bone and flesh. The entire sequence played out in a matter of seconds. The other crew members, witnessing the carnage through security feeds, erupted in cheers. Gralkron maintained his guard but couldn't help but flash a smirk of approval. Synthara's voice crackled over the intercom with satisfaction.
Well done, Glitch.
Indeed. Further calibrations are necessary, but the initial results were above optimal.
With the chaos unfolding, Vortex quickly re-engages the tracker, attaching it to the ship containing the incapacitated Bractilions. Setting its FTL to a course in the opposite direction, he ensures their pursuers will be delayed, if not completely diverted. As the skirmish reaches its climax, the crew fought valiantly, each member contributing their unique skills and talents to repel the invaders. Through teamwork, cunning, and a bit of luck, they emerge victorious, their ship intact and their spirits unbroken. With the threat neutralized, the crew takes a moment to catch their breath, knowing that they've overcome yet another obstacle in their journey through the cosmos. As they plot their next move, they do so with a newfound sense of solidarity. They end up going to Sylara's home moon, a cozy little farming settlement. And of course they get talked into a big feast and invited to stay the night. When they wake up in the morning, Sylara's family has loaded up as much food, fuel, and supplies as they could spare as a thanks for bringing Sylara home. The crew, well rested and fed beyond capacity from the farewell feast, waved goodbye to Sylara's tearful family. A bittersweet pang settled in their hearts. They were a ragtag group, but they were a family too. As they hurtled through the inky blackness of space, Gralkron surveyed their newfound bounty.
Thanks to Sylara's folks, we've got enough supplies to last us for months.
Mira, perched on a crate overflowing with exotic fruits, grinned.
Finally, some decent food that doesn't taste like recycled engine oil.
Vortex, ever the optimist, chimed in.
Well, with the extra fuel, We can explore a few new systems before needing to restock.
Synthara over the intercoms, her voice devoid of emotion but laced with a hint of satisfaction.
Our navigational options have significantly expanded.
A new sense of purpose filled the air. They weren't just a group of misfits thrown together by circumstance. They were a team, a family. They had faced danger together, outsmarted scavengers, and even battled spacefaring thugs. As they ventured into the vast unknown, a single thought flickered through each of their minds. What adventure awaited them next? Thanks for joining me on this thrilling escape with the Bractilions, fellow science fiction fans. If you enjoyed their close call, leave a like and hit that subscribe button for more out-of-this-world content. Oh, and one last thing. If you ever see a strange, pulsating light coming from your attic, run. But seriously, thanks for watching.